Alright guys, Galaxy Underscore Caveman. Here we are, F1 2020. I know 2021 came out probably like a month ago, I think it was, but I'm still playing with this one. Here we are in Texas at the US Grand Prix. Last time I did an F1 video, I started in P1, which is, for you guys who don't know what P1 means, it means first place, first position, position one, whatever you want to say. Just something they use in Formula One, just kind of language. They use P1, P8, P9, whatever, P15. There's 20 positions. But since this is my team that I created, there's 22 positions because of me, a driver, and then me and my driver on my team. So, last time I did an F1 video, I started in first place, started in P1, and I did not finish in P1. Let's hope that this is a different result. So, without further ado, let us start the race. And let's hope that I can finish this race in first place. Like 3 drivers ended up getting 10 place penalties. I don't know how, don't know why, but it is what it is, honestly. Luckily, I was not one of those drivers. Oh, this is slow. Oh, it is wet. It's supposed to rain the entire race. So, we'll see if I end up spinning out. This might be a... Yeah, this is not going to be a very, very good race just because it's wet. I don't think it's going to dry up at all. I think we're also got the race thing where it gives you the weather. See, I almost spun out right there. But it gives you the weather for practice, qualifying, and the race. And then you're going to say, hey, it's going to be dry for the entire time for practice, qualifying, and race. Or hey, it's going to be wet during practice, or wet during qualifying, or hey, it's going to be wet and dry during the race. I like those because if it's wet first in the beginning of the race and then it gets dry, that's great. So, 14 laps. So we got 14 laps to go in. So, hang in there and I hope you enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's all greatly appreciated. Even if you give me a bad comment, you say, hey man, this video sucks. I mean, I'll be like, oh, well, you suck. But at the same time, I'd be like, well, what did I do that sucked? What could I do to be better? Always trying to be better. I have 3 different playlists. If you guys don't know, I've got 3 different playlists on my channel. So, alright. That took 1 minute and 55 seconds. You know, I qualified. I think it was like 139 or 140 took me to go around the track. I just gotta get a huge, almost spun out there. That one was, I just hope that's not a thing, sign of things to come. It's 2 almost spin outs, almost spun out. So, some odd reason I was thinking that I had 2 videos posted on for F1 2020 on my account, but when I was looking through all my videos on there, I guess I only have 1. I only have 4 views, but yeah, it's whatever. My content's not the best because I do use just my phone, but you know, it's whatever. I got almost a 4-second lead on Valtteri Bottas. I had 5.5 on Sebastian Vettel. Carlos Leclerc got 6.5 second lead. So I like to try and get huge leads if I can get as big of a lead as possible. Just because when it comes time to pit, I have a different strategy. I don't go in right until when it opens. I drive around a couple laps, and then I wait until almost the last possible minute, and then I pit so that I have a huge lead, so that when I do go to the pits and I come back out, if there's any issues when I go to pit, you know, the time that I lost come back out. I don't have to scramble to try and get a. I'm trying to scramble to take first place again, or I don't have to try and worry really too much. I've got to work my butt off to try and keep that lead because I cannot mess up. I like having those big leads that that way I don't have to worry about it, because I'll start stressing, and then I'll start worrying about who's behind me and how far, and I start worrying about that stuff and not really worrying about just racing. I try to worry about the people behind me, the racers behind me. So let's see. This is the U.S. Grand Prix. We're in Austin, Texas. So I actually wasn't sure when I saw the map for it. Whenever I was about to start the race weekend, I was like, holy crap, I saw how many turns there were. There are 20 turns. 10 left, 10 right. So, yeah. And then it didn't take me long to get used to the turns, to get used to the track. Usually if it's a track that I do practice on, I do one practice session out of 3. I just do about 3 to 5, maybe 6 laps just to get a good feel for the track, and then I'll skip the rest of the practices, go straight to qualifying. I usually qualify P1. There was, I think, 1 or 2 races that I actually qualified outside of the top 5. Actually, I think one of them was like P9. Another one was, I think, P10 or 14 or something like that. It wasn't that great. But if I do not like the track, if I just cannot get the turns down, I just can't do anything right, it's like a game time division, really, of will I qualify myself or will I sim it? Like the last race was in Japan, I did not like the track, so I went ahead and simulated the track. I ended up qualifying in 20th, and I think I ended up finishing in 14th or something like that. So still outside of points, not the best, but it is what it is. Going back to the whole trying to get as big of a lead as possible and staying in first place with a huge lead when I come out of the pits. Also, it's also for my sponsorships, because I try to, the way I have my sponsors set up, I have them to where if I lead a certain amount of laps, I get X amount of money, the additional money or whatever. I think one of them is I have to lead every single lap. So if I can lead every single lap, that'd be great. So yeah, if I can, I don't have a ton of money on here. I have less than 10 million. They have like between 5 and 8 million. But everything, just to upgrade things, it just costs so much. So the more money I can get, the better off I'll be. And I do like a couple upgrades to my facilities whenever I can. I try not to drop below like 2 million. If I can not drop below 2 million, then I'll be good. Because there's some that are like, the upgrade for it's like 5 million or 6.5 million. It's like, holy crap, I only had 8 million, now 6.5 million. That means I have 1.5 million left. Now I got to do a couple races just to make some of that money back up. And probably won't be able to make that much back, make that 6.5 back within a race or two. I'll say about 2 years. Ooh, getting a little hairy right there. That was a little concerning, but luckily I have a 15-second lead on the next guy, so it's good for me. Bad for them. Looks like Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen are very, very close to each other. They're within like half a second of each other. That's good for them. I don't care. Luckily, Lewis Hamilton, he was one of those guys that got a 10th place penalty. Somehow he went from, when I qualified, it was me, him and Bottas, or me, Bottas, and him for P1, 2, and 3, but then he gets a 10-second penalty, Hamilton, and he's in P11. I'm like, that he didn't qualify in first place. I didn't. I finished P1. And then we get to the race, and I'm thinking that both Mercs are right behind me. And then I did the thing, it said that the top 3, and I was like, wait, where's Hamilton? And I just kept watching, and sure enough, he was in P11, which, hey, that's fine by me, because I think I'm like 4th in the Constructor Cup standings and the driver's standings, so driver's championship standings. So if I can get this win, this will help me out, because I had a driver, my second driver. He was sucking. His contract was up. I didn't renew it. I hired a new guy that was better, and he's not doing that great. So right now I just gotta try and find the best available after this season. I'll try and get a new driver, somebody that's a lot better, somebody that's been in for a while and that's good, so that I can actually, instead of just me getting those points, it's both of us getting points, because I can only do so much. I can't win every single race. I mean, I could, but I can't. So yeah, and like in the first video, I have all the stuff on. I don't take the things off. I don't care. You guys can say whatever the hell you guys want about it, but who cares? Let's just let's see. We're on lap 6. 6 laps done. Alright. I wonder if between lap 7 and 12 if there's going to be, or 7 and 11, something like that, if the pits are going to open up. Like I said, I have a huge lead right now on, I'm the guy in second place, which is cool. So, unfortunately, it's Bottas, Hamilton, and Verstappen that are the top 3 for the drivers' championship standings. So, that being said, even though Hamilton may not finish, he might be able to finish with points. So, but he's not going to finish with the most points. I can still see them on my map. I can still see them on my map when I'm going. Like if they're still, they're behind me. Like you guys just saw. If you guys can see that, I know, I could probably zoom in if I really want to. It messes with me with my gaming. We'll see. Like where it is right now, I don't see you. Awesome. I got 20 seconds on Valtteri Bottas. Ooh, I was not paying attention to that. A little too hot. It's okay. It's alright. We're cool. Some other reason, every time I come around this area, even during practice and quali, like my car automatically started slowing down for some other reason. It's super weird. Like I didn't even, like, cause I do have brake assist on, but I still have to do the braking. So brake assist doesn't help the whole time. Really I feel like brake assist doesn't even help at all. Like it helps, but not really that effectively. Like I can't just go into a corner doing 200 miles an hour and then expect the brake assist to slow down for me, slow down enough. That's why I like to see all those cars sit back there like that. Fortunately, my teammate, he may have gotten lucky with one dude that had a 10th place penalty, so that helped my dude go up a place or 2, which is nice. I think it's 2 guys that dropped right there. But there's like 3 or 4 drivers in there though. There's like 3, maybe 4, I think. I don't know. I forgot. They had a 10th place penalty, which is weird. I don't know how you get a 10th place penalty. I know a few times I actually ended up getting time penalty. One of them was 5 seconds. One was 5 seconds. I got another one was like 8 seconds or something like that. So I was trying to make sure the second place dude was more than that, so that when I finished, I didn't. Oh hey, I finished first place. Oh no, I didn't, because this guy was 7.9 seconds behind me, and I had an 8-second penalty. Or hey, this guy had 4.9 second, behind me, and I finished. And I had a 5-second penalty, so now I'm in second. I'm pissed. Doesn't look like there's much battling going on in the top 5. I wonder how everybody else is doing. Alright, pit lane's probably gonna open up after this lap. Probably. I'll probably end up hitting at like lap 11 or 12 while going to pit. So. Alright, those first couple laps, a little funky just because it was wet. I had to get a feel for the track being wet with these turns and the fast, because there are quite a few fast lanes on here after coming out of the turn where you're just full speed, you're going around a corner or a turn or really a curve, and you're not even braking, you're just going. And if you can hug that fast line and that race line, oh man, it's a beautiful thing. Very, very beautiful. That wasn't the greatest. Alright, using the overtake. The second time he's told me, saying we have a lot of spare energy. Or, like I said, our battery is running high, so use that overtake button to use some energy. Alright. Take off overtake, no overtake off. Wow, where is the pit window? Is there no pit window at all? Is it just a straight do it? Like just straight go in and oops. See? Worry about something else. Not paying attention to what's in front of me. I'm all over the damn track, getting crazy. I kind of wonder if there is going to be, because even on 13 lap races that I've done where there was the pit lane opened up like between lap 6 and I think it was like 10 or 11 or something like that. It's weird. I guess if I really wanted to, I could probably go and I could probably go in the pits, take new tires, and then take off. That's how my tires looking. Pit window. If I pitted now, I'd rejoin in first place. Okay. Looking, tires are yellow, Got about 37% up front, 29% in the rear for my tires. My brake, I think. Yeah. That's good, alright. If I really wanted to, I could probably pit just to get brand new tires, just to be like, alright, I'm gonna run on new tires. Okay, wait, I'm already almost done with this season. I have another season, another career where I race for Williams Racing, but once I made this, once I found out that you can create your own team, I was like, I went straight into this, create my own team, and I've just been doing, my main thing was to use this, the race on using this to get a feel for the tracks, so that whenever I go back to my Williams Racing one, I already know, what the tracks are like, so that I don't go in and be like, oh, well, I don't know the track. Like, no, I already know this track. I already know it. So, yeah, almost 27 seconds. Almost 27 second lead on Valtteri Bottas, second place dude. Between him and Vettel, very close. Same thing. So second and third place dudes, they're very, very close to each other. Very, very close. Oh, it was. Fourth and fifth those are very close, guys. Too, they're very, very, very close. Well, about half a second. Oh, points. About half a second almost. I don't know what happened there. We bought this somehow. It went from 29 seconds and some change, almost 30 seconds, to drop down to 27. I ended up at 28. So that was weird. Whatever. Yeah, we got 42, 43 up in front, 33 in the rear. Gotta be careful. It is wet, track is wet. Check out the field mix. I don't really consider these like laps left. Yeah, but I went ahead and rejoined him first. So I could. We got a 30-second lead on the next guy, so that'll probably drop down to like 10. But that's alright. I wonder when I'm gonna start. If I already have a 31-second lead on the second place guy, I wonder when I'm gonna start catching up to the back of the pack. I have lapped my own teammate before. I hated doing it, but hey, you know, I'm driving for myself and I'm also driving for the team, and not my fault. Dude's in the rear, my own teammate's in the rear, doesn't know how I can't drive and try to start overtaking positions, you know, to try and get up there. The closer he is to me, the going forward, not backwards, the better off I'll be when it comes time to. Then you're gonna get lapped. Just saying, oh, really? I had the first two sectors I was good in, and last sector somehow I'm still down. I was rubbing my eye on that one. Yeah, I don't care. I'm just going through it like that. I don't care. I guess the first two sectors of the last lap, you know, it may have been green, but the difference between those two combined and then the red for my last sector, the last sector probably I was slower on more slower on time than the first two sectors combined faster on time. So probably canceled it out, and then whatever's left over is what I got. You guys may say it's boring, just driving and being in first place and not having anybody to fight and, you know, to try and fight off. Like, I mean, it's kind of boring, but at the same time it's great because I don't have to worry about fighting someone off and then all of a sudden making a small mistake that turns into a big one that ends up ending my race and I get a DNF. Yeah, we don't want a DNF. We want a finish. We want to finish in first place to get the max amount of points as possible. So. Some of you, if you play this, you may say, oh, I can me and him race you and Galaxy Caveman race, you would beat me. I say bring it. I'm not the best driver, but you know, you might beat me by, I might beat you by a little bit, I might beat you by a lot. You might beat me by a little bit, but you also might beat me by a mile. Like, I might be where, say, Verstappen is, or the guys, anybody behind me right now in this race, where I'm like 30 plus seconds behind. 30, well, one lap of fuel remaining, that's fine. As long as I can limp across, as long as I can get across that finish line, no issue. Whereas it keeps telling me I have X amount of laps of fuel remaining, and it keeps telling me different spots, and you would think that it would be, the data would come back from the same exact spot, unless I, say, burn more fuel during certain areas, so it's not like, hey, it's how much you got left. This is one of the areas where you can just hug that line and just go. Coming around, coming fast, it's great. Alright, so I guess we are not pitting it on. Kind of got that a few laps ago. Where we at? Crazy is in Formula One, dudes they don't really need to fuel up at all. Like their tanks are big enough to hold them for pretty much an entire lap, which is really crazy. Those tires back. I'm not gonna pit now because we're the end of the race. We're at 44% for the rear tires, 56 and 57 for the front tires. For wear on my tires, which is good. Now I can finish the race. This is the first race that I've done that they've actually, I haven't had any issues. Like I haven't had to pit at all. I know that first lap you guys saw was a little like, woo! Dudes were getting close. Bottas and Vettel and Leclerc and Verstappen were all getting really close to me. Ooh, almost slid there. Must be losing a lot of grip now. That's crazy in real life that like they just mainly work on their tires and their front wing if they get damaged. It's crazy. That's why the pit stops in Formula One are like 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds or less. That they all are. They're all 2.5 less, depending on if there's any issues. And I win. Well, guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I'm on this video. Check out all my other videos. Go take a look at my channel, about me type channel thing on there. But thank you guys for sticking by, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.